It's time for Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero. When it comes to news here on KALH, weather always comes first. From today through Saturday, southern Florida stays wet with heavy rain and possible localized flooding. The Rockies and northern Great Basin could see scattered showers and storms. California and the Great Basin stay cooler than normal. The Plains and Mississippi Valley heat up 10 to 15 degrees above average, and most of the central and eastern U.S. remains dry. Closer to home, you can expect above average temperatures today, mostly dry, a few isolated mountain storms possible. Tomorrow through Monday, moisture increases, bringing scattered showers and storms. Temperatures gradually cool to near normal. Fire danger remains low. Winds remain light. We'll have another look at the weather following this news.
This is Range Control with roadblock information. Roadblocks are subject to change without notice. Highway 70, Highway 380, Highway 54, Owen Road, Nike Avenue, and War Highway are scheduled to remain open all day.
Alamogordo police confirmed a grim discovery yesterday morning. Human remains were found north of Highway 70. While officials have not linked the remains to any missing persons case, the community remains on edge after multiple disappearances in 2025, which includes teens and military personnel. Law enforcement emphasizes facts over online speculation, urging residents to report credible tips rather than spread unverified claims on social media. Forensic teams are working to identify these remains, and the investigation continues. Alamogordo District 2 City Commission candidate Andrew Smith has been officially disqualified after moving residences between districts. The county clerk confirmed the disqualification was fully legal. Smith did not live in the district when the election resolution passed. While some candidates faced strict enforcement, others skirt rules with no consequences, highlighting inconsistencies that undermine voter trust. The remaining District 2 candidates are Stephen Burnett and Evan Christopher Ross. Cloudcroft faces continued turmoil as village clerk Tabitha Foster resigns, citing family strain. Her exit adds to a long list of staff departures amid an aggressive reform agenda, which includes 24-hour police coverage and budget transparency. While leaders call the changes necessary, critics warn the village risks losing experienced staff and institutional knowledge just when stability and public trust are most needed. We reached out to Foster for comment, but no response as of news deadline. Her letter of resignation has been posted on alamogordotownnews.org. The Otero County Commission meets today at 9 a.m. Citizens will weigh in on off-highway vehicles and property issues, while commissioners vote on dilapidated properties, a Patriot Point redevelopment plan, unclaimed decedent liens, behavioral health funding, new software, and a plaque for Charles Walker at 16 Springs Fire Department. We hope to bring you some audio from this meeting tomorrow. Get ready for the Alamo Senior Center Health Fair happening today from 9 until 1 at 2201 Puerto Rico Avenue. Over 30 vendors are going to be on hand with health and community information. Admission is free and the event is open to the public. Don't miss this chance to learn, connect, and stay healthy. Tonight at 7 is the Greatest Piano Men at the Flickinger Center, celebrating legends from Little Richard to Elton John with live music, storytelling, and over 24 hits. Tickets and information are available by visiting flickingercenter.com. And now a special announcement from the Alamogordo Fire Department for an event happening this weekend.
This is Lieutenant William Skaggs with Alamogordo Fire Department. Alamogordo Fire Department would like to invite you to join us in remembering those lost on September 11th, 2001. The Alamogordo Fire Department and the New Mexico Museum of Space History are once again proudly hosting the annual Climb the Cube Memorial Stair Climb on Saturday, September 13th, 2025, starting at 7:30 a.m. at the Museum of Space History. You can register online through our Facebook page, or you can register in person at the event. We will be selling t-shirts to commemorate the event, and we will also have a raffle for a fire helmet generously donated by Casco Industries. Please come out and see us and help us remember those who were lost on September 11th, 2001.
The New Mexico Department of Health and NMSU Alamogordo are hosting a free Get Yourself Tested event on Tuesday, September 16th from 9 until 2 on campus, offering free STD testing and resources. The Otero County Fair returns September 18th through the 21st in Alamogordo, celebrating 70-plus years of local heritage. Highlights include the 76th Annual Rodeo, live music, arts, farm products, youth projects, and the Queen's Pageant, showcasing community tradition and rural New Mexico pride. Well, today is Thursday. That means we get a Thursday thought from my good friend, Pastor Lauren Noble.
Good morning, Crazy Radio. This is Pastor Lauren with our Thursday thoughts. It was not a good day for good news yesterday. Charlie Kirk was killed in Utah at a university event, and I do not know much about Charlie Kirk other than he was a right-wing activist and the executive director of Turning Point USA. And there was a school shooting in the Denver area that left 3 students in critical condition, and one of the injured is the suspect, last I had heard. And what is going on? That makes me wonder, what is going on? I mean, we can, and usually do, blame these things on the gun or political motivation, which obviously the shooting of Charlie Kirk that led to his death was politically motivated, or at least I'm assuming so. However, what concerns me is the mental darkness and spiritual darkness driving these and other similar instances, which seem to be more of a commonplace these days, or maybe I'm just more forgetful of things in the past, but they seem to be more prevalent today. And I guess the reason my mind does not conceive why these things happen is because my mind does not work that way, thankfully. However, we need to be vigilant as to what we let into our minds, because as King Solomon said, as a person thinks, so is he. And that's very true today. As a person thinks, so we are. And what we let in is what comes out, and so I have to be very vigilant as to what I let in my mind. Let me say a prayer for us. Lord, I do pray for everything going on in the family of Charlie Kirk, who lost him at the age of 31, and compared to me, that's about half my age. And I do pray for the ones in the school shooting that we don't know what motivated that. I haven't heard a complete cause, but maybe they knew each other and had a rift outside of school, but still we never want those things to happen. And we're thankful that nobody is dead, or not yet anyway, and we hope that they survive. But it's just a scary time for all of us, because we do need to be vigilant as to what we let into our mind, because my mind doesn't comprehend that, but I don't let those things into my mind to plant the seed there. So just help us to be more vigilant as to what's going on and what we allow into our mind. Amen. Until we meet up again on the internet or maybe in person one of these days, blessings to you.
I saw the video of Charlie Kirk's death, and it was a very violent scene to behold, and it breaks my heart since he has such a young wife and a young family. Another death that hits close to home. As many of you know, local politician and activist, as well as friend of the station, Ashley Myers, fought a long, hard battle with cancer. Well, yesterday she lost that battle, and she will be sorely missed. News from around the state in just a moment. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
Hi, it's me, here to tell you about AlamogordoTownNews.org. This is Otero County's #1 source for local news, sports, and community. Quite frankly, AlamogordoTownNews.org is the big LES news service online. AlamogordoTownNews.org is a Second Life Media affiliated company.
Directory Plus is the right size book. It's the book if you need a phone book.
That's what just one person has to say about Directory Plus. With its red cover, features, colorful yellow pages, and lots more, it's no wonder people all over use Directory Plus.
It has so much more information. You can cross-check phone numbers or addresses or pretty much anything.
Look on the plus side, Directory Plus.
I'm a big fan of Directory Plus.
43-year-old Christian Rodriguez was wanted on multiple serious charges, including online solicitation of a minor. He was arrested Tuesday night in Socorro, Texas. Rodriguez faces charges including possession of a controlled substance, tampering with evidence, and 3 counts of online solicitation of a minor, with total bond set at $104,500. Rodriguez also had outstanding traffic warrants and has been booked into the El Paso County Detention Facility. A New Mexico man accused of sexually abusing 2 young girls will remain behind bars as his case proceeds. Tannen Pierce allegedly abused the children over a 2-year period, with one victim saying he threatened her family if she spoke out. The Bernalillo County District Attorney confirms Pierce faces multiple charges. That includes criminal sexual penetration, bribing a witness, and child abuse. Authorities say the judge has ruled that he will remain in custody while the investigation and judicial process continue. 2 Clovis parents have been charged in the death of their 1-year-old child. That child had been in state care for much of his life, was returned to his parents in October 2024, and died the following month with extensive bruising covering most of his body and head trauma. Investigators say the injuries did not match the parents' explanations and indicate fatal abuse. Onasima Skywater and Donna Phillips are now facing charges of intentional child abuse resulting in death and remain in custody as the case moves forward. Albuquerque police are investigating a serious incident that left a man in critical condition. Officers responded yesterday morning around 5:30 following a disturbance call. When they arrived, the man was found unconscious and not breathing. Though no obvious injuries were visible, he was rushed to the hospital, and the Albuquerque Homicide Unit has taken over this investigation. A Los Alamos National Laboratory subcontractor was arrested Tuesday after firing a gun inside of a hotel. Matthew True shot into the ceiling of his room, damaging the room above. Authorities say he was intoxicated and claimed he didn't think the gun was loaded. The Children's Cancer Fund of New Mexico is helping children and their families fight this devastating disease. Dr. Jessica Valdez, a clinician and assistant professor with UNM Health Services, spoke with KRQE.
Even one child is one child too many. So we really need to increase awareness, bring money for funding, pressure our politicians to give money for funding, and make them realize that when we're talking about a child that has cancer, we're talking about so many life years of potential that are potentially lost.
About 100 children are diagnosed every year, and the fund provides vital support that includes transportation, food, educational assistance, counseling, and social programs. Families facing long hospital stays can find relief and guidance, while children benefit from support groups and activities. Residents are encouraged to help by volunteering or donating support to New Mexico families battling cancer. One big question bothers many New Mexicans. Is the universal child care system sustainable? No. Oh, you want more? Okay. In just over a month, New Mexico will roll out the free universal child care for all families, regardless of income. Critics warn the state system may not handle the sudden surge in demand, and daycare centers face funding uncertainties and the potential loss of reimbursements. Ruth Porta owns La Esperanza Child Development Center in Rio Rancho. She spoke with KOB.
Is our early childhood fund going to be depleted? We hear the announcement, but we didn't hear a plan for sustainability.
That's because there ain't one.
You don't say!
Officials claim the program will be funded by state trust funds, largely supported by oil and gas revenue, but skeptics caution that without proper planning, this ambitious move could strain providers and taxpayers alike. Or, and this is just my thought, we don't have enough teachers, right? So what do you think is going to happen when this is available? We won't have enough daycare workers. Suicide deaths in New Mexico rose 9% in 2024, totaling 512, with firearms involved in 60% of those cases. White and American Indian residents had the highest rates. Hispanic suicides have jumped 27% over the last 10 years. Officials urge families to watch for warning signs, check in on loved ones, and call or text 988 in a crisis. Sports and weather are coming up next. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
They are role models and educators. Their work requires a great deal of time and energy for very little pay. Who are these unsung heroes?
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
The simple truth about education-based athletics in New Mexico is this. Without a committed team of coaches and administrators, that just wouldn't be possible. School sports, they bring out the best in all of us. This message presented by the New Mexico Activities Association and the New Mexico Athletic Directors Association.
There are 28 matches for New Mexico volleyball today, including Elida at Capitan, Cobry at Chaparral, 6 games for New Mexico football, and that includes the Institute coming to Chaparral. Your Crazy Radio spot-on weather forecast for the Tularosa Basin today calls for sunny skies, winds gusting up to 22 miles per hour, mostly clear tonight, winds gusting up to 21, sunny tomorrow, winds gusting up to 23, your high today in the basin, 92, low tonight of 66, high tomorrow, 91 degrees. In Cloudcroft, sunny skies today, partly cloudy tonight, sunny tomorrow with winds gusting up to 22 miles per hour. Your high today in Cloudcroft, 71, low tonight of 48, high tomorrow, 69 degrees. Local breaking news can be found on our website, alamogordotownnews.org, and you can learn more about Crazy Radio by visiting kalhradio.org. Also, check out the Crazy KALH Radio YouTube channel. That's where we post our daily newscasts, complete interviews, and other information which concerns everyone in the Tularosa Basin. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel if you've not done so already. That way you too can remain informed of the goings-on in the Tularosa Basin. And that concludes this Thursday edition of Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.